There was this professors, there were professors in our college days, and every time there would be birthdays, the young students would stand with a tray which had elaichi, long, and all those things. The Swami would come and take a long or a elaichi and would throw chocolates at the boys. But then the lecturers and all, they would not sit with a thali of all these things. They would just sit with a flower, a rose flower in their hand. And they would not go and sit with the students in the front. They would sit wherever they are, and as Swami would pass by, they would offer a flower. So I very distinctly remember, 1985 it was, December 1985, Swami had just completed his 60th birthday, and trust me, you know how Swami was so agile till the end. In the 60th birthday, my goodness, he was like a tiger, we used to call him. That is how he was so agile. So, Bhagwan was just passing by, giving darshans to all the devotees. Suddenly this teacher of ours, he got up with a rose in his hand, and Swami stopped. And Swami asked him, "Kya hai?" He said, "Swami, aaj mera birthday hai." "Oh, birthday hai." And then Swami, lovingly patted his head. And Swami said, "Ha, chesko." And Swami moved a few inches away, lifted his robe, and he fell down at Swami's feet, and he, literally touched Swami's robe, his feet, and he was grabbing hold of Swami, and Swami had that love flowing, you could see that. And then Swami said, "How old are you, sir? Look at that grace, look at that beauty, look at that humility." Swami said, "How old are you, sir?" And the professor, who had a thick crop of grey hair, and looked at Swami, and he said, "Swami, I am 50 years old." "Abba, you are 50 years old, and I am 60 years young. Look at yourself. Your hair have turned all grey, and there are so many other professors, some of them have turned bald, they are not even 50, and some of you have turned grey. But Swami is 60, I don't wear specs, I don't have any problem with my teeth, and I never use any color in my hair. And why is it that Swami is always looking so young?" So he looked at all the boys, asking for an answer. And like we were always ubiquitous there in our presence, so we said, "Swami, you are God." He said, "Uddura, this has got nothing to do with God. Ram gayo, Ravan gayo." Anybody who's come in this world, anyone who's come into this physical form has to leave one day. And when I was a child, I am not anymore that child. When I was young, I am not all that young anymore. But why is it that Bhagwan is 60 years young and you are 50 years old? We all gave in our own ways different understandings of it, but Swami said no. He said, "Neti, neti, oddu, no, 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 no." And then Swami said, "Shall I give you the answer?" Now it was high time. We said, "Yes, Swami, you have to break the ice. You have to give us the true answer for it." Swami said, "There is only one reason for Swami to always look this young and this fresh always, and that is Chitta Shuddhi. When you are constantly thinking of good of the world, no bad thought will ever come near you. If you want to be like Bhagwan, you want to look young, you want to look young forever, have Chitta Shuddhi. And do you know how can you get Chitta Shuddhi? Impromptu discourse in the veranda, all of us sitting, Swami with his children, with his teachers, with all the people. He said, "Swami, how can we give Chitta Shuddhi? How can we get Chitta Shuddhi?" Swami said, "Personal sadhana. Regularly, each one of you must sit down for meditation for 10 to 15 minutes every day without fail. Don't miss out on bhajans. You might think it is a useless exercise. You don't know. This Nam Smarana is such a strong tool that it burns away all your sins. And whenever you can get an opportunity of rendering seva, never turn your back. Just follow this and you will have Chitta Shuddhi." The greatest mantra Bhagavan gave us, that if you want to stay young, some of us may have grayed, some of us may have lost hair, but I can assure you, we still look a little younger than what we are. And I think if we can say that confidently, it is because of Bhagavan's blessings, that he has ingrained that Chitta Shuddhi into your hearts. So today, as we go back to our homes, we must understand these three golden things which Swami has said. Being part of the Samiti, being part of the organization, how imperative it is for us to have Chitta Shuddhi. And he has given these three ways: meditation, Namasmarana, and chance to offer seva. And then what did Swami have to add more in this Chitta Shuddhi story? When you were talking about Namasmarana and all this, I think my mind has just flown away a little bit, whatever I had to say. Anyway, so the idea is, when Swami says that all these things, when you put them together, you will definitely get what Swami has to come to give you. So with this heart ever filled with Swami's love, always grateful for what he has given me, I may not have deserved even 10% of what I have in my life. But yes, it is his love, it is his blessings, and it is he and he alone who has taken us away from all our follies. He has taken us away from all our negativities. It is he alone who's going to ultimately make sure that, you cross this ocean of samsara. This love is like that. Khusro had once said, Khusro dariya prem ka ulti jaki dhar, jo utra so duba, jo duba so par. That is what Khusro says. And virtually translated into English, it says, Khusro says, that this game of love is such, it is like a river. Unless and until you step inside the river, you will not get soaked and you will not get drowned. You have to get drowned, and only once you get drowned will God take you away from this ocean of samsara. So let us all pray to Bhagwan that he makes us like that Khusro in our feelings, in our thoughts, in our words, in our deeds.